the reality? What's the reality?
Hey you guys, it's your girl AD and welcome back to another episode of What's the Reality? Y'all, today I am so excited. I have one of my favorite people, if not my favorite person in the building with me today, my husband.
That's right.
Last time you were here,
it was,
did I even get to introduce you as my husband or my fiance?
Last time it was bring your fiance to work day. Now it's bring your
now my husband
to work day. It's a different time. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to What's the Reality, honey.
Thanks, darling.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. Life's good.
Life's good?
Yeah. Life keeps getting better and better.
Tell me about it.
Well, I got married recently. That was fun. Got a baby on the way. It's all happening. Yeah. It's been like the most active year of our lives,
Tell
I'd
me
say.
about it. How's it feel being married to me?
Genuinely, like, as soon as we put these rings on, for me anyway, and I'll let you speak for yourself, I did feel a shift, and I didn't think I would in that like rapid a way. I think obviously I already knew we were good, we were solid, we were in such an amazing place, but then you get married and then it adds this extra layer of just like, oh no, we're good, like we're in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And not to say that I ever thought we were gonna like not make it before, but it just gives you that extra layer of like, okay, we can argue over the dishes and she ain't going nowhere. Like you know what I mean?
We
like,
don't argue about the dishes because I don't do the dishes. I don't
don't.
cook, I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring.
Anyway, I don't know. It just feels like it was
you.
almost like a weight off my shoulder in a weird way.
No,
Not that I was like
agree.
stressed before.
I just felt like feel way more grounded and like
100%.
secure in our relationship.
That's the way I would put it. It was like, and funny enough, I was speaking to Benaya about this on the phone the other day, and he said the same thing. It was like, again, he knew that him and Nicole were good for life, but it's like, now it's like, okay, even if we hit a little bit of a bump, it's like, that's my wife. I'm her husband. We're not going anywhere. We can, no matter what, there's an extra layer of, we're going to sort this out regardless.
Yeah.
But like, we're good now. I've learned to keep my mouth shut. We don't fight anymore at all. I've learned some good catchphrases that include, maybe that was my fault. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe I forgot. I'm sure I got that wrong. And then we just sail past everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of time in the nursery too, so that helps.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. I spend a lot of time at the pool.
Yeah.
No,
You do.
actually,
Not now because it's like 60 degrees. But.
true. But I think, I don't know, we were in a good place anyway, hence why we got married. And then it's just added like an extra, I don't know, things just feel even better, which I didn't think was possible.
Do you think anything has changed for us as a couple since we got married?
Kind of like what I just said. I just think we've just found like a more solid groove. And I don't know. I just think, I don't know why I'm lost for words. I'm not normally like this, but I don't know. It's hard to like sum it all up. But it's just like, we're just in a really, it's funny because people talk about getting from that like kind of dating phase, that passionate phase, that honeymoon phase and all that. And then you get to this stage where you're like companionship, but in the most beautiful way. You're just best friends. And it's like, I think we're there. And I remember one of my best friends saying to me like, heads up, you're going to have to get used to like being comfortable with the mundane. And I was like, that sounds boring. He's like, no, what I mean is not every day is going to be like date night or some big event or something. Sometimes it's just going to be like, you barely even get changed out of your pajamas. You're just sitting in front of the TV, especially with you being pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm so comfortable with the mundane with you because the mundane doesn't feel mundane. It's like, we don't have to leave the house for 3 days and we're still having a good time. And I think that's like where I feel like we're at. We're just at like a genuine best friend stage where it's like, obviously it's still always very obvious and present that we're like more than friends, but sometimes it just feels like I'm just living with my best friend. It's like, in the most beautiful way.
Yeah, I love our marriage and our relationship and living with you. And we've been together for a little over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done more in this 1 year than a lot of people have done in a lifetime.
Yeah, 100%.
And the way that it's all come together is just magical. Like, I mean, it was a little bumpy in the beginning.
Mm.
And
well, in the first, again,
but that's how
that.
every relationship starts, a little shaky.
Yeah, and that's why the whole like some of the online commentary drives me a bit mad because it's like, oh, this happened and that happened and he did this and da da da. And I'm like, there's certain things which we'll come on to that I can't excuse from the early stage. That there's no justification and there's no context that makes it okay. But like some of it, I'm just like, we had a fight and it's like, everyone has a fight. The difference between us and you is televised for the world to see. And it's like, yeah, it's very easy to look at like the bumps we went through and see on TV and be like, oh my God, and then blow it out of proportion. But like everyone goes through those things. They just don't tell you about it, and it just doesn't get televised. So
yeah. And even at the, like when you take TV out of it, just the growing pains of you coming to America and us moving to LA, it was just like, it felt like it was hard, but then it felt like I was doing it with my best friend. So at the end of every night, it was like, whew, that was a doozy of a day, but I still have my person. And I feel like we rode that roller coaster together. I don't think there's anything that we can't
get
overcome.
No, I agree. And I remember you saying to me before, and I agree, like the fact that we've traveled a lot. Like I've been on more flights this year than I probably have in my entire life. I'm not even joking. And then travel can be stressful at the best times. And how many times we like had a flight been cancelled or it's been delayed or we've missed it or whatever. And it's just like the fact that we are always just able to just, because they say that's a good test of a relationship. It's like if you don't turn on one another in those stressful moments, not necessarily just travel, but like those stressful moments, if you can still remain level-headed and like, we've always done that.
Yeah, I remember saying that when we were in Tulum and we were like traveling.
The second time?
No, the first time when we stayed behind and we were like trying to figure out where we were going to stay and what we were going to do. And I just remember looking at you and being like, I know that like a good travel partner is a good like lifetime partner because
100%.
Like you were saying, like it's just unpredictable with flights and where you're going to stay and blah, 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 just like going with the flow. And I felt like we were so go with the flow. Like, I don't know if did we even talk about post Perfect Match?
When
we ever.
What do you mean?
Like how we stayed in Tulum.
What, as in in a public?
I
don't know. I think you might.
I don't think so.
Not really. We can get into that. Listen. You got the cards.
I know. I'm freestyling now. Real quick, but like after we finished Perfect Match and we stayed in Tulum, and Ollie and I have different vacation styles, and I learned that very quickly. And yeah.
But what's nice is we appreciate each other's styles.
We do.
So like I'm more like kind of boutique hotel, somewhere like quiet on the beach, and you're more like those kind of hotels that are the size of a small city. But that's fine, like, because I appreciate those ones. And then it was nice that like
I loved the hotel
that's what I'm saying. That's what made it nice.
It was like he picked a nice got us a villa right on the beach. And it was like small, like boutique. It had like hot tub. It was really, really nice. Like walk right up into the beach. And my man loves a snorkel.
I do love a snorkel. I ain't been in a while. I'm getting the itch for it, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So he did that. And then it was my turn. So we stayed 3 days in Tulum and then 3 days in Cancun. And then it was my turn to I booked the hotel in Cancun. And we pull up to this like Marriott that's like a castle.
It was humongous. I've never seen anything like it. Seriously, that was crazy. We didn't see all of it.
But we were still brand new in our like knowing each other. We had known each other for 3.5 weeks at this point. And then you looked at me and you're like, did I pick the right kind of hotel? I was like, you did, I swear.
Yeah, when I saw your taste compared to what I did, I was like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
No, but I loved it. I loved it. Okay. So you have a baby on the way.
Yeah. Certain things do remind me. Yeah. Yeah.
A little girl. How are you feeling about our girl almost being here? Literally, I feel like by the time
it could happen right now. It could happen during filming. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we're close.
Y'all, you don't understand. I have a literal heating pack.
We're in the final stages.
I feel like by the time this airs, she could be here.
That's true. Actually,
how do you feel about that?
Everyone's asking me that, and it's like it's hard. Like everyone's like, "Oh, are you scared? You must be sweating." I'm like, yes and no. I'm just at the point now where I just can't wait to meet her because it's like she's so real. Like I will be lying in bed and I can literally, if we're cuddling up enough, I can feel her like kicking on my side. And it's like there's a whole human in there. It's not like she's really in the growing stages now. It's like I just can't wait to just meet this person that I've been falling in love with for the last several months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember when I told you that I was pregnant?
Oh my God. I don't know if you told this story, but like, yeah, we can get into that. I mean, the craziest part about it was we were in Charlotte at the time, right?
Yeah.
And you were flying to LA to shoot this,
yeah.
Okay. And that was like the first time I hadn't come, which is just crazy because obviously like of all the times I wasn't going to be with you, but obviously I didn't know. And then without going into too much detail, prior to that, you were like, oh,
Yeah, I could be.
And I was like, yeah.
But that was like every month leading up. I was like, could be.
Yeah. And then I remember just waking up and you didn't give me any update. And I was like, oh, that's different. And then all of a sudden I just heard, when you were brushing your teeth, and I was like, that's a new sound. But again, I still didn't I was so tired, I didn't put two and two together. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh, can you come and help me with something in the bathroom? Mm-hmm. And then you pointed to the pregnancy test on the side, and me being an idiot, I was like, looking at it like, why would
But you were half asleep. It was like 7 a.m.
Obviously, looking back, why would you ever show me a negative pregnancy test? Makes no sense. And then I was like, are you serious? And it was just the weirdest feeling. Like, you always imagine how you're going to feel up, like, prior to that moment, but nothing can quite prepare you for it. And then next thing you know, she was like, my Uber's 5 minutes away, so I've got a dash. And I was like, what? You can't just drop that on me and leave. And then you left. That's and I was just left on the edge of the bed, like, well, there's that. And then I think I fell back asleep for a little bit. And then I think the next day, I was telling the story the other day, the next day I was like, this feels so real, but doesn't feel real. And I had to make it real. So I went to I found a baby store, a massive one. And I was just walking around there to try and make it feel like, no, this is really happening. And I had to do that by myself to have that moment sink in. I just remember walking around going, oh my God, there's so much stuff we need to get. And then I just got this little bear and was like, can I take this bear, please? And I think they must have been wondering why I was so like scared, bewildered. Yeah. But yeah, that was the moment it sunk in when I got that bear home, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be my bear. We didn't even obviously know anything at that point, no gender or anything.
Nothing. And then I just remember being here in LA like, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a mom.
Yeah, first trimester was wild.
In what way, Ollie? How was first trimester for you? Tell me about it.
Yeah. It brought out a different side to you. Yeah, that was a test.
What side?
A lovely side. Can I tell them about the when you was away?
Yeah, my brand trip.
Yeah. She was on this brand trip, right? This was ridiculous. You were about
6 minutes.
20 minutes pregnant, right? And then she's in the bathroom and she sent me this picture. She's like, Ollie, help! And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, everyone can tell I'm pregnant. And I was like, there's no way at this stage. This is true, that this stage they can tell you're pregnant. She's like, I'm huge! I've got a person inside of me! And then she sent me this picture. And I kid you not, the belly I have right now is the exact same as what she had. But she had the audacity to send me this picture like this. Look, I'm huge! And I was like, babe, we've been pregnant for about, like, we just done the test.
I think I was like 7 weeks at that point.
Yeah, and I was like, no, trust me, you're the same size. No one could tell. And then you was like, you're invalidating my experience! And I was like, I can't win this. So then I had to like admit that you did look really pregnant. And then you're like, oh, so what are you trying to say? I'm fat. And I was like, this is hard.
Oh my gosh.
First trimester was a ride.
Oh my gosh. No, there's no one that could have convinced me that I wasn't the size of a beluga whale.
You're still smaller than
I literally I was like, I'm drinking mocktails. Everybody knows.
Everybody's looking at me. I was like, babe, I promise you, no one knows a thing.
And I took a picture in the bathroom. And like literally we went back to the picture the other day. And when I tell you, I fell out laughing because and
bear in mind, you're pushing out in that picture as well.
I wasn't pushing out. I was bloated. I didn't have anything to push out because I have had abs. I was bloated, but it was like a little bit of bloat. And
no one, even with a magnifying glass, would ever think you're pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, first trimester was a ride. That was a journey.
I love the voice that you give me, by the way.
It's kind of accurate.
Is that what I sounded like? I was in distress. I was like, everyone knows. Everyone's looking.
I was like, no one. Anyway.
Okay, what has been the most surprising or emotional part of preparing for the baby so far?
That bit, probably. Just the crazy, like, I don't know. It's hard. Like, obviously, I'm the man in this. I'm not going through any of the physical symptoms or the, like, emotional ones in the same way that you are. I think the hardest, the bit I found the strangest is obviously seeing you go through everything that you're going through and not being able to like have a quick fix. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're in pain, I can't just be like, oh, take this and you're good.
You are a fixer, yeah.
Yeah, and like when you're feeling away, I can't just magic it away. So that's been hard. It's like having to kind of just stand by and watch you go through it, and all I can do is offer support. But then I remember when our doctor said like, all she wants is you to just be there and just remind her that you're there. And that was probably some of the best advice I got. And it was just like, And that's why I always, like, when you're going through it, like, I'll just hold your hand, rub your back and be like, look, I'm here. And it's kind of useless, but it's also really
it's not
useful at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's hard. Not that it's ever harder on me than it is on you, but it's like, I don't like that helpless feeling of I want to be able to do more to help you and change the way you're feeling, but I can't.
Yeah. Ollie got really crazy sympathy pains.
No, that was weird. There was a time when your back was hurt, and then the same day I got up from the sofa and slipped my disc, which is a recurring injury, but like it hasn't played up in months, and it was like months,
so
like
now
years.
I'm limping around like, oh my God, my back.
So now neither of us can walk.
And now he's like trying to get off the couch. I was so annoyed. Or like I'll be like, oh, I have a headache, and he's like, me too.
That was legit though. Like, I don't know.
Like,
I believe in sympathy pains now. I believe that's a real thing.
He feels everything I feel. That one time you got nauseous.
Yeah, that was crazy too. It's a mad time.
Yeah,
but it's a beautiful time, and it's like.
No, go ahead.
No, it's just weird. Like, obviously, each day brought something new.
Yeah, and
like I thought I knew. I thought I was a fairly like clued up person before, and then you realize just how much you don't know about a woman's body. Like, prior, like you just, I don't know, just like learning each stage. Not just each trimester, but like each stage within each trimester.
Yeah.
I was pretty clueless if I actually look back, because like prior to this, I thought a uterus was a type of Lamborghini. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
all right.
I'm joking. But I didn't realize how much I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then like how much I needed to get clued up on things, and then just, so that I can stay one step ahead, so that when you do feel a certain thing, I'm like, oh, I know what this is, and we can be ready for it. But yeah, it's just been a beautiful journey.
Beautiful is one way to describe it.
That's an optimistic way of...
Very optimistic way. It hasn't been like...
It's called euphoric recall. I'm looking back on it and just remembering the good bits.
The good parts. Second trimester hit.
Second trimester was fun. That was a different experience altogether.
Yeah.
Third trimester now, jeez.
Third trimester is a doozy.
Third trimester was like the return of the Jedi. It was like the first trimester, but worse. I was like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
But then the beautiful part of it is it's like you're fully bumped. So it's like, and she's kicking and all the things. So it's like, that kind of offsets it. It's like, there's so much.
Yeah. And you really like have stepped up with her nursery. Like, he built the crib, the dresser, put everything on the walls.
The nursery game is on point.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show the world that.
Yeah.
Not yet though.
No, not yet. Just really stepped up with that.
I tried.
Yeah, you did good. Remember I cried when I saw the dresser.
You cried when you saw a lot of things. The emotions have been crazy. Crazy.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
Actually, wait, one more question.
Mm-hmm.
What are you most excited for when it comes to being a dad?
Again, it's so hard to like summarize it. It's just like, and if you'd asked me this question a year ago, I'd have had a different answer. And then if you'd asked me this question several months ago when we first found out we were expecting, I'd have had, but like each day and each stage has made me more excited for different things and made me view fatherhood differently. I don't know. Like, obviously I love my nieces and nephews and like the joy they bring to my life. So it's like, I'm just like excited to have that, but I haven't got to give them back to my siblings at the end of the day anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to be like, and the bond I have with my niece and nephew, it's going to be tenfold because I'm going to be the person they come to for support and love and protection. And you, of course. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just looking forward to having that bond and excited about like just all the fun we're going to have. It's going to be like having a mini best friend, another travel companion.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch you be a girl dad.
I'm excited to be a girl dad. And I'm excited to watch you be a mum as well.
I just feel like you were made to be a girl dad.
So many of my friends have said that, and that's why I found it really funny when people go, you wanted a boy, didn't you? I was like, no, genuinely, I never put it out there before because I didn't want people to think that I would be disappointed if it had been a boy, but like, I was hoping for a girl the whole time.
The whole time. Y'all don't understand. The whole time. It was actually kind of insane how much you would say, I hope it's a girl, please be a girl.
Yeah, but then I had to keep it quiet though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on. Let's chat perfect match.
You haven't, hold on, no, wait, because I feel like you're asking me all these questions and you haven't answered any of them yourself.
A little bit. What do you want to ask me?
I don't know, you're the one with the cards.
Here, you take the cards then.
What, and ask you the same questions?
Yeah.
You will switch places.
You want me in the hot seat?
Yeah, I want you in the hot seat because you do too much questioning and you don't answer any questions. You get off scot-free. We're gonna switch places. Welcome to a very exciting episode of What's the Reality? With me, your host, Ollie Isaac Sutherland. We're doing things
The
a little bit.
whole name?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh.
Hey y'all, it's your girl AD, and welcome to another episode of What's the Reality?
You're so annoying.
Sorry. What does motherhood mean to you?
Aw. I don't know what it means to me yet, but I think the feelings that I'm feeling are pretty indescribable. I just feel like this overwhelming need to protect my daughter, like from everything. Like, and I'm so scared, like that her being in here, I can protect her and keep her safe. And then I have to bring her out into this world. And I'm just like, can I put her in a bubble? You seen that movie Bubble Boy?
Yeah.
I just want to put her in a bubble and just keep her safe. But I know I'm not going to be able to do that. And I know that she's going to have like such a great dad to protect her. And
Ollie is a great guy.
great mom to protect her. Really, I just want her to be safe and happy. So I think motherhood right now means just keeping her safe and
Thank
happy.
you, AD. That was beautiful.
Thank you. You're so annoying.
No, I was gonna say to you actually, because jokes aside, right?
And don't ever call me AD again. That was so gross.
I'm just being the host. Anyway, jokes aside, because what I did notice, because it's easy for me when I have time out. Like I might go to the gym or go see my friends, and it's not that I forget about the fact that like we're expecting, but it's easier for me to kind of switch off and be like, just do what I'm doing and getting lost in the moment. But like you have, it's easy for me to overlook the fact that you have this constant physical and emotional feed. You're literally carrying the baby at all times. So it's like, I think that's one thing I had to really learn to like empathize with you about and sympathize to an extent, is that like, while it's easy for me to just kind of not disconnect deliberately, but like,
yeah. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, whereas
and she's like never out of sight or out of mind for me ever.
And
every
like,
breath I take, I'm like, baby.
Yeah, and
baby.
everything you're doing, everything you're consuming, and everything, you're constantly growing her and feeding her. So that's one thing I think as a man, I had to learn to not overlook. And because sometimes you would do things and I'd be like, is she being a bit like hyper reactive? And I'm like, no, like I'm not carrying the baby, she is. So of course you're going to be feeling different. Next question. What are you most excited for when it comes to being a dad? Mum. These cards haven't been updated.
I'm just excited for baby laughs and baby snuggles and just to see the new version of me, because I already know, I was saying not last night, just a few minutes ago, like the old me she's already gone. Like the minute that I saw positive on that test, that version of me disappeared, like just immediately. So I'm excited to see like who I'll be when she gets here and the version of me that is mom, not AD, not Amber Desiree, just like mom. I'm excited for that version of me. Really.
You're a natural, because this is harder than it looks.
Really?
Yeah.
How can we clip that? Anybody? Yep. Thank you.
Nah, you are good at it, because this isn't easy to like keep the conversation flowing. Do you know what? We can switch back. I think
okay.
Over here.
You've had enough.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of What's the Reality? Y'all, I will see you next time. I'm better over here.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm back. This is right.
Let the professional do her job.
Absolutely.
Now that you've stalled enough that you don't think we were going to talk perfect match.
I'm getting my own show eventually, and I'm coming for your ratings. I'm not going to lie.
Coming for my ratings 100%, is insane.
100%.
All right. Well, y'all heard it first here.
Right. Let's talk perfect match.
Let's talk perfect match. First of all, how are you since all that has aired and everybody told you that they hate you and that you're a fuckboy? All
right, before we get into that, I do, for the one final time, want to clear up a few things, because I don't mind opinions. I can always take opinions as long as they're based in reality. I can take opinions, and some people are going to think this of me, and some people are going to think that of me, and then everything in between. But what I can't abide is things being said about me that are just demonstrably untrue, or things said about us that are demonstrably untrue. So it doesn't really matter that much. It's just more frustration.
Where are you going with this?
I just want to. I know you don't care as much, but for me, just the frustration. I just want to clear up the chronology. So I've said it before, but I'll say it again. We did not know each other prior to Perfect Match. We had not met. We had not DM'd, FaceTimed, or even liked each other. Yes, I made the comment that you liked, watched my story, and I caught you.
Because you were
but
so pressed.
But neither of us followed up on that.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't matter, but it's just like, I feel like I don't like it when people are almost trying to take away from the instant chemistry that we genuinely had from meeting each other for the first time. And they're going, oh, they must have been dating before.
Yeah.
They must have at least spoken before, or they must have met at a Netflix party. I'm like, my show had only just come out. I hadn't even left the country between filming my show coming out and coming out to do Perfect Match. So when would we have had a chance to interact? So that didn't happen. But in a way, I take it as a compliment because they're basically trying to say, no, this chemistry is so electric, so soon, they must have had something going on before. But if we had something going on before, why would I not just admit it? Because there was someone from season 1 that had met previously and they spoke about it. It's not against the rules. To, you know what I mean? So yeah, just clearing that up. We did not know each other prior to Perfect Match. And then the other thing, I don't know, it's a bit more personal. And again, it doesn't really matter, but I just don't like people speculating and thinking, because again, for me, it kind of takes away from the reason why we got engaged. I proposed to you because I was in love with you. Yeah. And I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. Yeah. And that was before we got pregnant. And that again, I shouldn't have to clear this up because it's no one's business, but like, I don't like people trying to make this assumption that like we accidentally got pregnant, so I decided to put a ring on it, because it's not the case.
And even if that was the case,
well, yeah, even
it doesn't matter. Even
if it was the case, which it's not, why does it matter? Because there are some people that, you know, are expecting the baby and don't even decide to get into a relationship, let alone commit and spend the rest of their lives together.
That's not our story.
But it's not our story. Yeah. And in fact, you internet sleuths can go back and you can even look at our celebration pics from the engagement, and we were drinking wine that night, and then we went to a brand trip not long after, and we're drinking then. So like, say what you want about us, you're not going to be drinking if you're pregnant. So yeah, hopefully that clears it up, because again, I just don't like people trying to take away from our story, and I just don't like speculation. Say what you want about what you see and what's real, but the speculation's kind of hurtful. Obviously, I made that stupid joke that time.
On live.
Yeah, but that was literally just, people still don't get my humor, and that was just a joke, and it can't be true because, like I say, we got engaged and then pregnant.
So you mean to tell me when we were on the show and you made the joke about 8 months, 3 weeks?
That was crazy, I ain't gonna lie. That was crazy. That has been doing
people
the rounds
online. People are like,
online.
it's been 8 months and 3 weeks and she's pregnant.
Yeah, that's been crazy.
I'm 12 months pregnant.
That's yeah, that's crazy. I said a lot of stuff on that show, but let's get into the actual show itself. So, I mean, where do I begin?
Well, tell me how you are post-show, just like mentally, emotionally, because that was a lot.
Yeah, I think it's different. I mean, obviously, because last time I was here, we couldn't even speak about it, could we? Because it hadn't come out. But there was a lot I was already dreading prior to the show coming out, because I knew what I did. But it's hard because in a way, I'm watching it. I'm kind of sat where the viewers are sitting too. I'm watching it going, this Ollie guy's a dickhead, because I'm not that person anymore. So I'm always looking at it as like an out of body experience, because, and I know it's hard for people to believe, but I've changed so much since then for good reason. So when I'm watching, I'm like, I don't do that anymore. I don't speak like that anymore. I don't behave like that anymore. So it was more like, obviously there was a couple moments where I'm like, oh, I'm genuinely ashamed of it. But it was more just like kind of cringe and embarrassing, because I was just being one of the lads. And it's like, that was like my last hurrah as like a single guy. And I'm surrounded by these younger guys. So I'm kind of getting caught up in all of that. And at times I was the ringleader. But then like that was genuinely like my last moment of that. And then we came off the show, we got serious. And I haven't looked back since. Like I've done a complete 180 on all of that behavior. And
the change was immediate.
No,
I think
it
if
was.
we're going to talk timeline as well, it's like, I think a lot of people would expect for you to come off the show, us to start dating, and it just be a bunch of fucking around. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, as soon as we left Tulum, I was in London just a few weeks later.
Literally.
Not that long after.
Yeah.
And the shift was almost immediate.
Well, it had to be. And I spoke about this on a previous interview. I knew that, I had managed to like, one slip up is one slip up. And that was kind of your attitude to it too. But like, you weren't going to let me get away with it again. And I didn't want to be putting myself in a position where I had to ask for forgiveness again. So I was like, that was then, this is now. And it's like, I've seen some comments, oh, but people can't change that fast. And I'm like, you really can.
Yeah,
with the right intentionality and with the right motivation, you can change more in 6 months than you can in 6 years. With the and I used the example with you before. Like I knew a guy that we went to school together, and we like in the UK you learn languages, and like he'd been learning Spanish throughout his entire school, so like 6 years worth. Came out of school, couldn't speak a sentence in Spanish. Ended up moving to Mexico. And because he was like immersed in the language, and then he met someone, he like basically like met his partner. So he had this added motivation to now like learn the language. He was fluent within 6 months. So what I'm saying is like, you can genuinely change in 6 months what you failed to do over 6 years. If you've got the right motivation and the right drive and you're actually putting the work in. So I know it's a bit of a weird analogy, but the point is it's like, it can happen and it does happen and it did happen. So
you smartened up quick.
I did. And I'm better for it. And don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be the same. I'm still going to have like the same silly, immature sense of humor at times, hence why it gets me in trouble. But like when it comes to the real stuff and our relationship, I don't play about that, and I take it very seriously, and I take you very seriously, and all of those behaviors are done. So that was the most frustrating thing. If I was still that person watching it, I'd be like, oh, they're seeing me for who I am, but there's like, you're seeing me for who I was. But then I don't know, there were some things I was like, yeah, they got me, like bang to rights, I did that and it was bad. But then there's other parts I was like, context matters. Because like they didn't, I don't know, like.
What?
Just, I don't know, maybe I don't want to try and excuse anything I did because it's not going to sound right. But I think, okay, here's what I will say, right? And this goes for all the guys and the girls on the show. You're in a very artificial environment. You're in a very it's not real life. In real life, you're not dating someone and then there's 10 other guys that also want to steal your girl and you're being forced to go on dates with someone else and she's been forced to go on dates. That's not real life. So it brings out characteristics of you that aren't real life, if that makes sense. It brings out a different side to you. It's a bit like, again, I'm sorry, I'm doing the analogies, I know how much you hate them, but like if you want to see how animals really behave, you go and study them in the wild. You don't go and look at them in a zoo because they're going to exhibit behaviors that aren't normal because they're in an environment that's not their own. And so it's like, yeah, at times it brought out the worst in me because it's like,
you were so influenced.
I was so influenced.
You were the influencer.
I was probably the influencer, but it's like, I don't know. I just think generally, and this goes for all reality shows, I think people need to take it with a pinch of salt and give people some grace in that, like, there's a lot going on that kind of influences how you behave when the camera starts rolling and you get mic'd up.
Yeah.
And obviously I take full responsibility for what I did because I didn't need to be influenced the way I was, and I still had full autonomy over my own actions, and I chose to behave in ways that were unfavorable. But I don't know. It's not like I was brought on that show. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't try and talk it around. I feel like I had a good speech prepared and it's kind of just like escaping me.
You had
now.
a speech prepared.
Not a speech prepared, but it's just like, it's something I've thought about over the months because like seeing some of the hate I got online was hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And at one point I was worried it was going to rock us. But then once we got through that, I knew we could get through anything.
Yeah. And so much time had already passed when the show aired. And none of watching that was easy or fun. It was actually...
Well, some of it was.
Well...
Yeah. We had more fun than anything.
Yeah, we did have more fun. I just personally don't like watching myself on TV. I don't know why I keep signing up for these damn shows because I don't like watching myself on TV.
She's lying.
I don't.
She's lying. She's good on repeat. No, I'm joking. I know what you mean. But like for the most part, it was like the best summer of my life and I met you. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard.
You look like you want to say something. You look so
I'm always like, there's things I want to say, but then it's like, I don't want it to come across the wrong way. But it's just like, not that this makes it any better, I suppose. But what I'm getting at is when I was picked for that, when I got the call for that show, I knew they had seen me on Love is Blind. And it's not that they're going, oh, we're going to get this guy on to be the wholesome, sweet guy that's going to get married. That wasn't my role in the show. They brought me on to be another, like similar to Louis. Do you know what I mean? Come in there and cause trouble. And I played up to that. And that's on me. Because I kind of was giving the producers what they expected of me and then some. I should have been smart and been like, you know.
What'd they cast me to be?
For you, I think it was more, obviously, you were a fan favorite anyway, but I think it was more like a second chance at love. And like, put it this way, the reason they cast me was different to the reason they cast Freddie. We're chalk and cheese in that regard. But
chalk and cheese?
That's like a UK saying, we're very different. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
It makes sense. Some people know what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is like, and that's why Freddie wasn't shown in that way and he didn't behave in that way and he was never expected to behave in that way.
Yeah.
And again,
but you were like, you want fuckboy, I'm gonna give you fuckboy.
Kind of. Yeah. And they amp you up as well. Again, I'm not trying, I don't want to like lift the curtain too much.
Blame it on production. Another one, blame in production.
No. But when you're walking in there going, whose house is it? What are you going to do? And I was like,
it's my house.
It's my house. What are you going to do when you get in there? Maybe help myself to some drinks. No, you're going to go in there and you're going to, oh, okay. Like, that's on me though for giving them what they wanted. And then some, like I said, but I don't know. Like I say, it's a weird environment and it brings out a weird side of you because, yeah.
Was there anything that didn't make it on the show that you wish they had aired?
Just like, again, they're only going to show either the most dramatic moments or the funniest moments or the wildest moments. And that was very prevalent because we did have some very dramatic and funny times. But there was also like some really, like what I was saying earlier, some really mundane times between the two of us where we just sat in the room just having really like normal human interactions and really like wholesome conversations. And I get that's not going to make it to air because it's going to...
We were already naming our babies until...
Yeah, but not the real ones. Well, let's not get into that. But like, and even just some of the interactions with like the other guy as well. Just
and the challenge that got cut out.
The challenge. Can we talk about that? Are we allowed to talk about that? Okay, so there was a whole challenge that we won that didn't make it to air.
We won 2 challenges.
So we won 2 challenges, but like they only showed one, which is... But it was annoying. The one that they cut out was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Because it was like, again, it was
another compatibility challenge. And we got to go on a bachata date.
Yes, and I was really annoyed.
That was so hot.
I want to know if there's some hidden archives of that. I want to see that because that was, although that being said, let me see it before it goes out because I don't know how bad a dancer I was. I need to see it first. But that was a lot of fun. That really broke the ice and that was like, that date there was really like, that took us to another level of like just being comfortable around each other, I think. So yeah, it's a shame it didn't make it to air. But there's so much that doesn't make it to air and I think anyone who's ever done reality TV is always going to come away a little bit like surprised or frustrated at what does get shown compared to what doesn't get shown. Like there was things that got shown. I was like, I don't remember saying that. Yeah. And then there was other moments I was like, what? They're not going to show that?
There's a lot of moments where they show me like laughing and giggling and I'm like, you're really not that funny.
No, that was all. If anything, they played that down. If anything, they played that right down. Yeah.
What has it been like navigating Perfect Match airing as a couple and dealing with all the commentary, opinions, reactions coming out about everything?
Yeah, obviously that was tough. There was one like week span where it was literally every morning I was waking up and having to like sift through some terrible comments about myself I've spoken about this before. Like when I did Love Is Blind, I didn't delete comments. I didn't block people. But now I'm like, nah, you can get deleted and blocked in a heartbeat because I've got more to protect now. I've got a wife and kid to protect and like more of a relationship to try to preserve. And the more negativity that seeps in, the harder it gets to face the public kind of thing. And I use this analogy to you before. It's like if someone comes and spray paints some abusive word on your front door, you're not just going to leave it there and be like, well, freedom of speech. Nah, this is my house. I'm going to take it down and it's my page. I'm going to remove your comments and block you so you can't do it again. If you want to go and chat shit about me on a forum, I can't stop that. But it's hard and it's difficult because, but the way I've been able to reconcile it and get over it is like kind of what I've spoken about before. It's like I've watched reality TV. We still watch reality TV now. And you do get emotionally invested in characters, but I've never been so incensed that I thought, I need to find this person's social media and leave an abusive comment. So that tells me a lot about the person that's leaving those comments. I remember like, and even just the way they do it, like, because honestly, I can honestly say I can count on probably 2, maybe 3 hands the amount of abusive DMs I've ever received. But compared to the comments I've received, that's like in the hundreds, if not thousands, right? And that tells me they're not just doing it to try and make a point to you. They're trying to humiliate you. They're trying to get other people to chime in and jump in. And again, that says a lot about the people making those comments. And
we'll get like a comment and we'll see it at the same time. Like we'll be on our phones and we'll look at each other like,
I got this.
And I'm like, babe, no, like absolutely not.
No, more time I'll just block and delete.
Yeah,
like I say, like
now,
the less
in
time
the beginning, you were trolling back.
If I can think of something funny to say, I will get them back. But yeah, for the most part, it's just like, if someone's trying to call you a certain name and say, oh, you're a terrible person or you're a piece of this and you're a scumbag. And it's like, but you're calling me all these names. What does that make you? Say what you want about me. I've never gone to someone's page and cussed them out and said horrible things about their relationship or their appearance or their their intelligence and like, so it's like, say what you want about me. I'm not the one going out here trying to online bully people.
Yeah, you know what my favorite comment is?
Go on.
Something about him, I just don't trust him.
Don't trust me then. You ain't in a
You're not
relationship with
supposed to
me.
trust
I don't
him.
care if you trust me. You don't know me.
Don't trust strangers
Don't trust
anyway.
me.
Why would you trust him?
You don't know me. You got no reason to
there's
trust
something
me.
about him, I just don't trust him. And I'm like, I
And
don't
when
trust your
people
husband.
it's
I don't
like-
know him.
It's like, and when people
Don't
go,
trust strangers.
Ollie is a walking red flag. I'm like, what? Did you come up with that all by yourself? That's so original. Oh my God. You should get a book deal. You're so good with your word. It's like,
They
we've
don't
been here
even
before.
know you.
It's
You
like,
guys don't even know my honey.
but it's like, you know, because the other thing I was going to say is it's like, and that is silly because, yeah, I'm not for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and that's
And
okay.
there's some people that might look at your partner and think, I don't like that person or they're not for me. It's great. You're in a relationship with them and it's like,
That's okay.
but yeah, it is a bit sad because like, it doesn't really get to me. I've genuinely, the good thing about it is like, once you've seen 5 abusive comments, you've seen them all, and then you do get thick skin to it, and it genuinely doesn't bother you anymore. But I think it is sad because, and here I come with the analogy again, right?
Oh man, we need an analogy count.
Yeah, we do. But like, I'm bulletproof to it, genuinely. So when I see these comments, it's like, bear with me. Imagine if have I done this on you before? The Batmobile analogy. Okay, cool. Strap in. Imagine if I've got like a Batmobile. Think like Dark Knight, the new one, the big rugged one, yeah? And it's like bulletproof, fireproof, and it's wrapped in vinyl that can't scratch or be dented. Like, it's literally, it cannot be damaged whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
If I was driving that Batmobile through LA and there's some thugs on the side of the road throwing bricks and pipes and bottles, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm cool because they can't damage my car. They can't get to me. But it doesn't stop me from looking at them going, that's kind of sad that you're doing that. That's worrying that you're doing that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I see the negative comments. It's like, yeah, you don't get to me, you don't bother me, you don't hurt me, and you're not going to affect my relationship. But it makes me almost like despair at the state of the world that that's what people are choosing to do with their spare time. You don't know me, but you've gone out of your way to find me on social media to try and abuse me. And that says more about you than it does about me.
Yeah.
And then also the other worrying thing is like, yeah, I'm in the Batmobile, you can't damage my car, but it might be someone in the car behind. Because those people that abuse you online, it's not the first time they've done it.
No.
They've done it to another reality star and they'll do
Yeah.
it to someone else again.
Yeah.
And it might get to them and it might break them and it might affect their mental health. So I do think we need to kind of like have a wider conversation about the online abuse of public figures generally, because it's not okay. And I've said to you before, I've come to expect it, but I will never accept it.
Yeah.
Because it's not okay. It's like, you wouldn't do that in real life. In real life, if you worked with someone in the office that you didn't get on with, you wouldn't go up to their desk every day and go, this is why I don't like you. You would just stay out of their way. You would just give them a wide berth. So why can't people do the same thing to the reality stars or public figures they don't like? Just
Yeah.
don't go on their page. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the beautiful thing is now that the show has kind of gone behind us, and like the people that have stuck around that give us nothing but love
Yeah.
and like adoration for our relationship, and like they're rooting for us. Those people are louder, way louder.
Way louder.
And like, it's so like those first few weeks when your show comes out is like very scary. But after that, they fall off, another show comes out and they find another victim.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
then
saying.
the
They
people that
move on.
love us, they stick around and they
Yeah,
root
yeah,
for
yeah.
us. And those are the people that I'm so grateful for.
Yeah,
'cause
and that is a good point. I do want to say that because I wouldn't want anyone who does leave nice comments to think that we
don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see it
Yeah.
because we're too busy fighting off the people that leave negative comments. Because like I say, especially recently, like you said, when we posted the wedding pics, it was 99.9% positive, and then the occasional idiot that's got something to say. But like, I don't want anyone to be under any illusion that we don't see your lovely comments, and that just because we can't, like, we had like what 12,000 comments on the last one, we can't physically read them all, and we haven't got time to respond to all of them. But I promise you, we do see you, we do feel the love, and we do genuinely really appreciate it. So like, I don't want people to think that the negative comments take away from the positive, because they really don't. And it's
Yeah.
and I think I've got to remind myself sometimes to pay more mind to the people that are being positive, because it's not fair on them that I'm responding to this idiot who over here has got something to say when
Yeah.
there's people over here who are wishing us well and giving us love. But I've said it before, and one of my favorite sayings is, what Sally says about Susan says more about Sally than it does about Susan. In other words, if you're the kind of person that spends your free time and your mum's Wi-Fi abusing people that you've never met, that says more about you than it ever will about me.
Mom's
Because,
Wi-Fi is
but do you know what I mean?
crazy,
Like, because
yeah.
who does that? Like, the
Yeah.
people that I hang out with, love and respect, don't do that. Like, if one of my friends called me up and was like, oh, you ain't gonna believe what I did today. Oh, what'd you do? Oh, I was leaving some
I
negative I'd
harass
be like,
everybody on Instagram.
yeah, I'd be like, you're a loser. Like, we're not friends. That's not the kind of people I want to be around.
Yeah.
So that's how I reconcile it. But
What would you say is your biggest takeaway from Perfect Match?
biggest
Besides
takeaway,
me.
that onigiri place, the poke. That was a dad joke. See, I'm getting ready. That was good food though. But yeah, now my biggest takeaway, Do you know what's so crazy? At the beginning of that show, you know when they did your first interviews, and you do the standard interviews, like who you are and just sort of some background questions, and then at the end, the guy said, "Oh, is there anything else you want to just say that we haven't asked you, but you just want to put out there?" And I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Okay, switch off the camera." And I went, "Actually, no, there is." And he went, "Yeah." And he was like, fired up the camera again. I said, "I don't know why this has come to me. And it's almost like I had a premonition about how it was going to go, but I didn't, because I could feel myself being really silly and boyish and like Jack the Laddish in the, like Jack the Lad, again, it's like a UK saying. It means you're a bit of like a, kind of like a frat boy almost.
Jack the Laddish.
No, I'm saying, okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, my point is I was being that guy, and I could feel like I was almost playing it up to the cameras. And the thing that I said when they said, "Is there anything else you want to add?" I said, "I'm wondering when it's time to put that to bed. I'm wondering when is my time to be like, actually, no, here's the real me, and there is someone who actually wants to be serious."
That's somewhere on film.
Well, yeah, they got it, but then I couldn't believe they didn't put it on air, because I thought that was so pertinent to my journey that I thought it would surely make it to air. But again, they can't put everything in, and I don't blame them for it. But it's just like that. It was so prophetic. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like there was me about to embark on this journey where I was going to play the fool and be an idiot and do all these things. And it's entertainment, and you know, I'm sure they're glad I did it. But like, it's crazy to think that I had this moment where I was actually like ruminating on whether or not that was something that was going to hold me in good stead for the future, or whether it's something I needed to put to bed. And then it ended up kind of playing out that like I went right the other way and acted up, and it made me realize that I needed to go right the other way in order to go where I want to go. But yeah, my biggest takeaway would just be, I don't know. And the thing is, very easy to go like, "Oh, what would you do differently when you go back?" But like, we don't have that superpower to go back and do things differently. It's kind of paradoxical to go, what would you do if you had this knowledge back then? Because you don't have it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm rambling. I know I am, but
that's okay.
I don't know. This has been such a much bigger journey than Love Is Blind ever could have been, because the journey's still kind of ongoing, so to speak. Yeah, it was a wild time, but I don't regret it, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you know what? There's certain things that I wish I'd done differently, but I didn't. So all I can do is adjust how I am going forward.
Is there anything specifically you wish you had done differently?
Do you actually want me to get into that?
Maybe one thing.
Do you actually want me to get into that? Obviously, I wish I'd never lied to you.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Okay.
And like I say, that's the one thing that we can talk about context and influence from the producers and all of that all day long. I want to say, under no uncertain terms, is there any excuse for me lying to you? Is there any circumstances where it was okay for me to lie to you about that? It was disrespectful. And I said, this is the thing, I said it all the time, and I can't say it much clearer than I did. It was cowardly, it was selfish, it was manipulative, it was wrong, and it was disrespectful. And that's why I haven't done it since. And yeah, it was a stupid thing that I did in the moment. And again, there's no context which makes that morally permissible, but it's what I did at the time. And, you know, when I was caught out in it, I came clean, and then we moved forward. And yeah, it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch, and it was tough knowing that I was about to watch that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But the other stuff, it's like,
I think a lot of people want to know how we got over that too.
I've said it before, and now I'm going to get to the point where I'm repeating myself. It's like, and I spoke about this in a recent interview where a lot of comments, and I think even you think this sometimes, it's like my apologies can seem quite cold, because I don't go, "Oh, I'm so sorry," because I feel like when you start crying in those kind of heightened moments, I think it can come across emotionally manipulative, and I never want my tears to like distract from the situation. So I'm like, listen, I'm not going to put emotion into it. I'm going to be matter of fact. What I did was wrong. It was stupid. It was this. It was that. And here's what I'm going to do to remedy it. I know you don't believe me at the time, but at this very moment, but give me time, and you'll see. I'll put words into action, and I did. And that's one thing that I love about our relationship. And I said this when I was last here. It's like everything we've ever said we're going to do, we've set out and done it. And yeah, and that includes the promises I've made to you.
Yeah, you've kept all your promises. I love
every single one of them.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Let's talk a bit about our relationship, as if we haven't already. But like, specifically, how has your definition of love changed since we got together?
Yeah, 100%. And I alluded to this earlier and kind of briefly touched upon it earlier. It's like, I'd heard people talking about like, oh, marry your best friend. And I'm like, no, I've got a best friend. Why would I want to marry my best friend? Like, do you get what I'm saying? But like, I really do feel that because you do get to a point where it's like, obviously you still have the passion, the romance and all of those things. But it's like, it can't be that every single day. And even like when you're pregnant and when there's kids involved, which there is going to be soon, you're not always going to have time for date night every Wednesday, like people online say you should have. And my advice to people would be like, not lower your expectations, but change your perspective into thinking love isn't always going to be rose petals and candles and like sweeping someone off their feet the minute they walk in the door and this kind of thing. It's more often than not, it's just like a sleepover with your best friend. And I love that part of it. And I love it more than I ever realized I could love it because I was so, I would, if you'd have, how do I word this? If you'd have described where we're at now, like a year ago, I'd have been like, oh, that sounds like they're on the decline. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's not. You're actually on the incline because like when you get into that moment where you haven't got to keep, when you get past that stage where you need the fancy dates and you need the flowers and the candles and all of that intensity to impress one another, you're actually in a beautiful stage where, like I say, you're just best friends because you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life, ideally. So why would you want it to be anything other than just like a best friend that you do life with?
And it's like more of a routine. Like I still get flowers all the time. We're still going on dates.
My florist loves me, by the way. My florist loves to see me come and tell you. But yeah.
It's just different. It's different. And like I said earlier, it's just more stable, more grounded, less feeling like, I don't know, like first date vibes and more like, okay, my person, my human, my man is here. It just, I don't know, it's a really, really good feeling, really relaxing, calm feeling to be in love with you and to be your wife.
Thank you, babe. I feel that the same way.
Yeah,
about
you
being your
should.
husband.
You're welcome.
But I feel like, I've let my guard down with you more than I ever have with anyone, where we are just like I say, just silly best friends for the most part. And I was worried that doing that meant, again, you're almost like letting the mask slip in a bad way.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like if you can be comfortable being that person with your partner, then that's when you're in a really good place. So that's how my view on love has changed. It's like, it's kind of more simple than I think a lot of people actually want it to be or think it should be.
What do we hope people take away from our story?
I
want to go.
Go on.
Because I've been getting a lot of DMs recently from like people that are like, AD, I just want to thank you for like not giving up on love and continuing to be a hopeless romantic and always like knowing that this was for you. And I just want to say like, that's one of the best things that has kept me above water in my love journey is like never giving up. Like I just knew that my person was here. And I knew that I deserved love. And I just want to encourage anyone out here, like if you're going through heartbreak or like go through it, get through it, but don't give up on love because you deserve love and your person will find you and you will find your person. And I've been getting so many DMs like, thank you for not giving up. And I'm just like, I didn't give up. And I'm glad I didn't.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks.
What was the actual question?
What do you hope people take away from our story?
I think you summed up. Well, I mean, I don't know what more I would add to that. I think, I don't know, I've got to be careful because I don't want to get misconstrued, but what I would tell people to take away from our story is that like a bump doesn't mean that the journey ends. That's what, because again, I think people are too quick to pull the plug at the first sign of, don't get me wrong, there are certain things that are completely inexcusable and there's no going back from. But I don't think, given that we'd only known each other for a very short amount of time, literally like days, when we encountered our first issues, and we were under a very specific context where we were being encouraged to explore other connections and act a certain way. And like I said, it was a very artificial environment. That's what I would tell anyone to take away from this. Like, if you're serious about this person, okay, a little something happened here, keep going. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that doesn't mean put up with completely like reprehensible behavior. That's a whole different thing. But like, I think people are too quick to go red flag. It's like, maybe an amber flag, like maybe an orange flag, do you know what I mean? But like, or maybe something to be wary of if it comes up again. But for the most part, what people call red flags aren't. It's just like human nature to agree, especially in the early stages. There was something else I wanted to say.
I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, I think that's what I would tell people to but you spoke about this before as well. It's like, it's a choice. Like being with your person is a choice. It's not always it's like you look at one another and go, she's not perfect, I'm not perfect, but this is the person I'm choosing, and this is the person I'm going to choose to keep working with. And it should never feel like a struggle. It should never feel like a battle. But at the same time, it also isn't going to be like 100% smooth all the time. And obviously, there needs to be like a certain level. I don't want to do another analogy, but I'm really tempted.
No, let's skip it.
Okay. But what I'm saying is there's a certain amount of like not every day, like every now and then, a couple arguments here and there that are going to be normal, and they're going to annoy you from time to time. That's not a red flag. That's just human nature. And the thing is, I think people get confused and think, oh, well, my best friend doesn't annoy me like this. It's because you don't live with your best friend. If you lived with your best friend or if you still live with your sibling or your mum or your dad or whatever, they'd drive you up the wall from time to time, and you'd probably want to move out. But you don't know that because you don't spend that much time with them. If you're spending as much time as you are with your partner, they're going to annoy you from time to time. That's not a red flag.
Yeah.
You've chosen this person. Just keep going through.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful on the other side. And those arguments and those little growing pains, they become less and less because you become more in sync with one another.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I like that. Like the whole red flag culture. It's like,
it's got crazy.
I'm not saying red flags don't exist. They do, and we need to see them and acknowledge them, but just know what is a red flag for you and know what is a red flag that you saw on TikTok and someone told you was not acceptable.
Well, I'm pretty sure the term red flag initially, in terms of this context, originally came around when it was about spotting like abuse or narcissism. Like, and it was like actual red flags. Like, oh, if you see this, you're in danger. If you see this could be a real omen for some seriously detrimental behavior down the line. It's not, oh, he only gets a haircut every 3 weeks, red flag, or she doesn't like to rinse the dishes before she puts in the dishwasher, red flag. Like, that's just stupid stuff. I think people need to recognize the difference between like just differences of lifestyle or differences of opinion and red flag, because the words become so overused and diluted and watered down.
Yeah. Shall we play the Newlywed Game?
Oh God. Is there a winner? Is it like that?
No.
Okay, let's play it.
I'm going to read questions and we have to answer and see if our questions match up.
All right, go on.
Okay. Who said I love you first?
I did, yeah.
Where?
Don't make me tell the story.
Why?
Oh God. All right. No, I don't want to tell this. All right, cool.
Make it the sweet version.
Well, the funny thing was, obviously, that was the first time you were coming to London to visit me, and I'd already booked Paris for your birthday. And in my head, I was like, I love this girl, but I'm going to tell her at the right time. I'm going to tell her when we're underneath the Eiffel Tower or something like that. Like I had this whole thing planned of when I was going to tell you and how I was going to tell you. Or like I had a few scenarios of, wait until the time's right and da-da-da-da. But then we hadn't seen each other for a few weeks, obviously post-show. And then I saw you at the lounge in the airport, and I hugged you, and it just came out. And it was like, in a way, that was more beautiful than like the way I planned it, because it's like I almost couldn't hold it in.
That day,
yeah. Do you know what I mean? It felt less contrived and less orchestrated than me saying it like, oh, here's the right spot, and then I say it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I can't even hold this in anymore, and I don't want you to go a minute longer without knowing how I really feel, and that's what it was. And obviously, she said it back.
Yes, I did.
But yeah, it was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, it was so random because I was in the lounge waiting for him to come get me, and the lady at the desk came over. She was like, "Your driver's here," and I was like, "My driver."
Yeah, and I was like, I was wearing a hoodie. I was like, how many drivers do you think turn up looking like this?
And I went around the corner, and he was standing there. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And we just hugged, and then he's just like, "I love you," and I was like, "I love you too."
Yeah.
Okay, next. Who made the first move? You.
Depends what you mean by the first move.
Oh, I recognize you.
Leave it out. Oh my God, it's Ollie. Ollie's coming through you're forgetting we saw you. Not Ollie. We all saw you.
I recognize you.
I did recognize you. Recognize my online stalker.
Okay. So I would say you made the first move.
I genuinely don't think there's an answer for that. I genuinely think it was so mutual. Like we were so both into one another.
You know what? I will say I probably did, because I remember when you walked in and then you said you recognized me, and I was like excited to see you because I was like, man, he's just. And then I was talking to Sandy and I was like, sis, I can't even talk to you right now. And I literally had to walk over and I was like, you want a drink?
Yeah, you did do that. But to be fair, I already like from before that I was like, yeah, that's me.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say it was mutual.
Okay. That. What's your partner's love language?
I think what you would say it is, or what you think it is different to what it actually is.
What I think your love language
What do you think my love language is?
Yeah.
I think yours is...
Is this the way you show love or receive love?
the way you receive it.
Oh.
I think yours is physical touch. I don't know. It could be gift giving, but at the same time, I think people's can change over time depending on who they're with and stuff. But I feel like there's a difference between in theory and practice. In practice, I think the things that mean the most to you are physical touch and quality time. What do you think they are for you?
I think you're right about they do change over time because physical touch that would have never been on my list. But now I'm like, if you don't cuddle me or hold me, or I think that we're off.
It's ridiculous.
Physical touch. I really don't truly know. I need them all. Give me all of them. I think you are...
Well, how receive or give?
Yeah, receive.
God,
words,
I think
words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Quality time.
I wouldn't have said that one, but go on.
What would you have said?
I would have said words of affirmation and physical touch.
Okay.
I don't know, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone likes all of them. It's just in varying degrees.
Okay. What's your partner's go-to comfort food?
Right now? Oh, boy. We got to talk about the turkey burgers.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
The fact that, okay, this is a true story, right?
This hurtful.
We went into, I won't name the chain because I don't know if we're allowed to get into licensing and all that, but we went into this particular burger chain that we've been, no, let me tell you, before that, we got into the car and you know most GPS will be like, you're 10 minutes from home. Actually, fuck, I'll just name the chain. He said, 8 minutes to Fat Burger. I said, babe, something's got to change. That can't be the GPS's first suggestion. And then we went there like a couple of days later and the guy looked at you and went, turkey burger? I was like, oh God, we've been in here too much.
Yeah.
And then the maddest part, this is absolutely true. He's preparing the burger. We went and sat down and he went, Amber.
And I go, did you tell him my name?
And I was like, no, you've been in here too much. This is getting embarrassing.
So right now I'm loving a turkey burger.
That's a pregnancy craving for sure. Because you didn't even really eat meat when I first met you. There you go.
Anyway.
What's my comfort food?
Thai food. You love a nice warm Thai.
I do love.
A noodle, a rice. Yeah, you love a good Thai meal.
I like a curry in general.
You do love a curry, yeah. That'll shut you up. What's your partner's guilty pleasure TV show? Anything where the husband is murdering the wife, like he loves a murder doc.
I do like a crime documentary.
A murder doc, a crime doc.
I have to like, what's the word? Tactfully choose when I watch it because you don't like them. So I have to wait till you go to bed or wait till you're out and I get to have a spree on them.
I'm in the nursery folding clothes and I hear, Jonathan almost got away with murdering Susie, but I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've always liked the crime doc.
Yeah. What's mine?
Real Housewives of Somewhere, right? Jesus, when I see that come on, I have to leave.
Right now, Potomac.
Oh boy, when I see that, that's when
Wendy's free now. She went to jail. Her and her husband. Anyway, who will spoil the baby more?
You. I mean, we need to have a serious talk about this because like the whole spoiling thing, it's not cute. Like it's cute, but it's not cute. Like there needs to be an actual line where it's like, nah, now it's actually you're spoiling the child. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing about it is like,
I think
I
you'll
hear
realize
you,
that.
but I'm not hearing you.
No, I think, joke aside, you're trying to be funny.
I'm not.
I think you'll get to the point where you're like, nah.
I won't.
Because if it gets to the point when the child's attitude changes, that's not fun. Do you know what I mean? We'll talk off camera. It's called spoiling for a reason.
I'm spoiled.
Exactly.
It's your fault.
And I regret it. So therefore I'm saying, listen.
So you think you're not going to spoil her now?
No.
Okay, we'll run it back.
Like, obviously I want her to have a good life, of course. But like there's a difference between like, yeah, I just don't.
And that'll be my job. I'll do the spoiling.
Okay, it's saying someone, oh, that person, they're really spoiled. Is that a compliment?
Sometimes.
No, it ain't.
Sometimes.
You've met people and go, oh, I really like that girl. You can tell she's spoiled. No.
If it doesn't end in brat, like she's a spoiled brat.
If you're spoiled, you're a brat.
What are you saying about me? Who's more nervous about changing diapers?
Me. But not. I'm welcoming the challenge though. I can't wait.
Why are you nervous about changing diapers?
I've never done it before. I've done it once for one of my nieces years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I only had one little sister growing up, and she was only 3 years younger than me. So I never. Whereas you got siblings that were like considerably younger than you, so you kind of did the big sister thing, like almost like
nieces and nephews,
the auntie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never really done it, so it's gonna be a learning curve, but a fun learning curve.
You're nervous though?
Not nervous.
Oh.
It's not like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say nervous, but if anyone was more nervous out of the two of us, it would be me.
Yeah. Okay.
Lack of experience.
Who's the better cook?
You.
Thank you. Who's messier around the house? Think of the state of our home right now.
You. You, 100%. 100%. I hate to say it, but I do a lot of cleaning up after you. The place would be worse if I didn't pick up after you. But you get a pass because I specifically said when you got pregnant, I said, I don't want you lifting a finger. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. So
and I don't.
You get a pass on that. Because
Yeah. Thank you.
It's okay.
I'll sit on the couch and I'll be like I'll eat at the table and then I'll get up, leave my plate and stuff, and then I'll go sit on the couch and I go, my husband loves cleaning up after me.
Yeah, he loves it. Nah, but like I said, you get a pass because I wouldn't want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
it's
manual
not effort
labor
to me,
for
whereas
me.
like, yeah.
Okay, and if our relationship were a TV show, what would the title be?
I don't know, Dumb and Dumber, Beauty and the Beast, something like that. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I don't know. What would you say?
Dumb and Dumber. What the fuck is wrong with
I don't know. What would you say? Because I know that people love to come up like.
You know, I don't know. I have no idea.
We'd have to play on like the UK-US thing somehow. I don't know.
We'll think about it because we have to anyway. Speaking of future plans, what's next for you, Ollie? What are you currently working on that you want to share with the listeners?
I do want to get my voice out there more. So I do want to explore the possibility of doing some kind of like presenting or maybe like my own podcast or something. I know there's certain people that think great and there's certain people think, I don't want to hear this guy's voice. But we'll see how it goes. Because I enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy talking to people. And I think like this show is so amazing and what you've done has been so incredible in terms of like, it's become like, in such a short amount of time, it's become a safe space where like women have actually sought you out and said, I want to come and tell this news and I only want to say it to you for the first time. And you become that like real soft place for women to like unload some of their troubles and their woes.
Oh, honey.
But I don't feel like, I still feel like there's a slight, and don't get me wrong, the male guests that come on are very comfortable with you too, but I still feel like there's a gap in the market, so to speak, for like a men's space, like the equivalent of what you're doing, but for men. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think for some reason it takes men, well, I think we all know it takes a lot more for men to open up. It takes a different kind of environment for men to open up. And I think men are naturally going to be more comfortable opening up to men. So I would like to do something similar to what you're doing, but the male version. Do you know what I mean? The male equivalent where it's like, there's a guy, because guys go through it too. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't come off of reality TV unscathed or through life generally unscathed, but like there's still that stigma about guys not opening up as much as they should do. And I would like to create a platform where men genuinely can, because when I have heard men going, telling the world they're going through it, it makes it easier for me to go, oh, okay, like, do you know what I mean? Like some of my favorite MMA fighters, for example, admitted that like, oh, before every fight, I would cry or throw up or I was terrified. And you go, oh, these, you know what I mean? Or like when they talk about some of their emotions and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I would like to maybe create a platform. I still haven't quite got it ready in my head, but like,
yeah, and I could see that for you because you've been so vulnerable these past few weeks, and even in some of your most recent interviews, you've been very open and like honest with people about like mental health, what it's like being in a relationship, now being married. Like you've been very open and honest, and I think it's kind of starting a new wave of like, let's drop that macho masculinity and like let's talk about like if this is the route you want to take in your future. Like, let's talk about how to get there and what to do and how to leave that old persona behind and be. And I think you're a great example for how to be the man that you want to be and the man that people expect to see, especially now that you're about to be a dad. And I think the example that you're leading by would be amazing to see on
Thank you,
screens
baby.
and
That
whatnot.
means a lot. Yes, I want to explore that.
Yeah.
I still want to keep it fun and entertaining because that's always going to be me.
Yeah.
But like, there is a more serious side to me that people haven't got to see yet, and a more intelligent side of me, dare I say it, that people haven't got to see because I wouldn't say I've been playing a role, but like I've been leaning into a sillier version of me that people have not got to see, the realer version of me. And yeah, I want to be able to exhibit both. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so what's next for us as a couple?
Nothing.
Parenting.
Like yeah. Like we need to take some time off. You need to go on maternity leave. You're such a hard worker and we love, both of us love being busy, but if there ever was a time to slow down and just be at home,
it's now
with one another. Because I'm not being funny, it's at that point now, I don't want to give dates away because we've always been quite private about that. But like anytime you're like in the other room and I just hear, oh, I'm like, oh, it's time, it's about to happen. And you're like,
Bag's
oh no, I just
packed.
fell off the bed or something. I'm like, okay.
I just fell off the bed, accurate.
Just rolled over and lost your balance. But yeah, like it's really getting to that time now where I'm like, I'm kind of scared to leave your side just in case, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think in terms of what's next for us, we're going to go quiet for a little bit and enjoy our time, enjoy our privacy. But we'll be back.
Privacy.
We invented the language, privacy. This is not for debate. It's privacy. It is.
Guys.
Yeah, I think we're going to go quiet for a little bit,
Yeah.
but we'll be back, and in whatever capacity we come back in, it'll be fun, it'll be exciting,
Yeah.
it'll be on our terms. And
Yeah.
I'm not, I'll be back. We'll both be back. But yeah, I just can't wait to have some alone time with family, the whole family, the three of us, and then gonna have some family coming out and visit and meet our little girl. And that's the thing I'm most excited about. Like right now, nothing else really matters.
I love you.
I love you more.
I don't want to wrap this up, but I feel like we've been
No.
talking for 90
I'm having a great
days
time, but
and
they're pretty
90
good.
nights.
Shut your mouth. Can we go home? But yeah.
But thank you again for coming to
Thank
What's
you.
the Reality?
I'm always here anyway, by the way.
He's here
I'm always supporting,
almost
so
every
I might
episode,
as well
just in the
jump on
corner.
couch again, do you
yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
it's nice to get a moment where it's just us two talking in a space that is safe for us, so that we have control over as a married couple and get our side of the stories out.
Yeah, this was a different conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
We went in a few different directions, but now I've enjoyed it.
I love you.
I love you too.
And thank you. And I'm
you,
glad you
Hannah.
got a chance to get in the host seat.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm warming up for my show.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can't wait to see it. Will you have me on as a guest?
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. Okay. Well, thank you again, honey.
Thank you,
I
babe.
love
Thank
you.
I love you too.
Maybe next time you're on the show, it'll be me, you, and our girl.
It might be. This was weird. I felt like I had almost less to say because we do so much yapping at home. Do you know what I mean?
You feel like you had less to say.
Okay, maybe not less to say, but
Did
like,
we
I couldn't coordinate
Were
my
we all in
thoughts
the
as
same
well.
fucking
I couldn't
interview?
coordinate my thoughts as well because I was like, we've already had this conversation and it's like, yeah.
Less to say is crazy.
I was more nervous this time as well.
Why?
Because like I say, last time I came on, there was not as that spotlight on us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We
Yeah,
only
yeah,
just that was literally our first step into the public eye as a couple, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it was like that was like our debut, whereas now it's like, yeah, I don't know. This one felt different, but in a good way.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got to say. Do you feel like you said everything you needed to
It
say?
ain't gonna make a difference. People are still gonna think what they think, and that's up to them. But like I say,
Yeah.
we see the people that are rocking with us,
Yeah.
and we love and support them.
Yep.
We love and support them. We appreciate the love and support, and we love them right back. So
Yeah.
keep it coming, and yeah, like I say, you'll see us again soon.
Period, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to this lovely episode with me and my husband. Heavy on the husband. Yeah. I love you, honey. It's so hard because I just want to keep yapping, but we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, we'll be talking.
Thank you. You guys, be sure to follow us on all social platforms at What's the Reality Pod, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, guys.
What's the reality? What's the reality?